My name is Benjamin Rangel. I teach U.S. Government and Politics at Cristo Rey Jesuit High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is Ask a Civics Teacher. I'll be answering some of the most common questions from young folks about the election and voting. Many young people and new voters often ask questions about the impact of their vote. My students will ask, does my vote really matter, or what's the point of voting? Questions around the impact of one's vote are common, and if you find yourself asking such questions, you're not alone. In political science, there's actually a term for this, and it's called political efficacy. And that's just a voter's belief that their vote will actually matter or make a change in society. And many political scientists and folks who work in civic engagement try to understand why many people, especially young folks, don't feel politically efficacious. In fact, I spend a lot of time in my classroom reminding my students just how important their vote truly is. So let's talk about why you should vote. First, let's just name that our electoral system in the U.S. isn't always the most democratic and fair. We have institutional obstacles like the Electoral College and redistricting that reinforce sentiments of political apathy. And we have a lawmaking process that is often inefficient and gridlocked. That said, your vote is one of many ways we as individual members of our community might express our care and compassion for others. In addition, it's one of the most important and effective ways to affirm your own beliefs. In other words, your vote is your voice. So aside from the literal impact of your vote in the outcome of an election, there is something expressive about your vote. It's an easy and legitimate outlet to endorse or oppose how our elected leaders are behaving, a way to endorse the actions and policies of those in or seeking office. Refusing to vote is forfeiting an important opportunity to express support for the common good and concern for the most vulnerable people in our society. And it's an easy and important act of solidarity, a way for you to show what you care most about. Second, many lose sight of the different things you might actually be voting for in a particular election. Given the attention on presidential elections, it's easy to think the president is the only position on the ballot. However, most elections are not general elections for the President of the United States, and most candidates are not candidates for president. In fact, most of your day-to-day exposure to the purpose and function of government is impacted by your local elected officials, like those at the city, county, or state level. The stop sign you want put in on the corner, the local park that needs some love and attention, the potholes that disrupt your morning commute, the public safety officers in your neighborhood, and the content taught in your classroom, or the drinking water in your home are all things that elected officials at multiple levels of government make decisions about. As such, if you find yourself on the fence about voting because of your position regarding national candidates for the presidency, don't lose sight of the impact and importance of voting in local elections. Right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for instance, there are local elections that are often decided by fewer than a dozen votes. Your vote or your efforts in encouraging a few friends or family members to vote could swing an election and change the future of your community. So if you find yourself asking, why should I vote? Remember, you're not alone. Remember, your vote is your voice. And as you head to the polls this fall and in your future, remember St. Ignatius said, love ought to show itself in deeds more than in words. And one great deed you can do for yourself, your community, our planet, and our future is to vote.